Hello, this video is going to cover the practice problems that go with Module 7, Lesson 3, Elimination by Addition and Subtraction. All right, you're going to want to turn in your workbooks to page 409. That's a cleaner, 409, if you get it. Yeah, I'm hilarious, I know. 409. I use that a lot in the kitchen. Okay, I'm just going to go through and solve probably most of these because they go pretty quick once you get the hang of it. We're using elimination, and we're either going to add or subtract to solve these. When you look at the first equation here, you'll notice that you have a negative v and a positive v. So if we add these two equations together, those v's will drop out. All right, so we're going to solve this one by addition. Add the negative v to the positive v, and that gives you 0. W plus w is 2w equals 7 plus 1 is 8. Then you divide both sides by 2 to get w by itself, and you get w is 4. Now, we still need to know what v was, so I'm going to go up here, I'm going to substitute 4 for w in this equation, which gives me v plus 4, I put 4 in place of w, equals 1. If I subtract 4 from both sides, I get that v is negative 3. So the point that solves this system of equations is we would put v first, so it would be negative 3, 4. Whenever you have letters that aren't x and y, always do alphabetical order. Do the one that comes first in the alphabet first. So we would put v first. All right, over here, let's see, I noticed that we have a positive z and a negative z, so those are going to cancel out. So I'm going to go ahead and add these two equations together. Y plus y is 2y. The z's cancel each other out, and I have 4 plus 8 is 12. Divide both sides by 2, and that tells me that y is 6. Now I'm going to substitute 6 for y in one of the equations. I'll use the top one. I'll put 6 for y plus z equals 4, and then I'll subtract 6 from both sides, and I get that z is negative 2. So y comes before z, so my point is 6, negative 2. Now over here, now it's getting a little more interesting. That was just too easy. I do see that these 4's are opposites, so we can just add these two equations together. That knocks those 4's out. 5y plus 6y is 11y. And 17 minus 6, I'm adding them together, but it's 17 plus negative 6 gives me 11. And then if I divide both sides by 11, I get that y is 1. Substituting 1 for y into one of the other equations, let's go with the 4x plus 6y, and y is 1, equals negative 6. So that would be 4x plus 6 equals negative 6. If I subtract 6 from both sides, I get 4x equals negative 12. And dividing both sides by 4, I get x is negative 3. Putting them in alphabetical order, I put x first, negative 3, y is 1, and this is my solution to that system. Okay, this is pretty easy. I think you guys are going to do really well with this. The only time it gets interesting is when we have to subtract the equations. Adding them is simple. Let's see, maybe we get to subtract on this page. Oh yeah, I see a subtraction one coming up. Number 4 is I'm not going to do. You're just basically going to add this one because the minus 2p and the plus 2p are going to drop out. So you're just going to add those, get 8p, add those, get 48, divide both sides, blah, blah, blah. You get it. But I want to do number 5 because number 5 is going to require me to subtract. I have these two a's that I can get to drop out, but they're both positive right now. So what I do is I go through and I change the sign of every term in one of the equations. So say I'm going to subtract this bottom one from the top one. What that does is it makes every sign different. Okay? So this is a negative a, this is a negative 10b, and this is a positive 16. Okay? Now I could just add them together. Those drop out. 4b plus negative 10b is negative 6b. And positive 16 plus negative 4 is positive 12. Divide both sides by negative 6, and we get b is negative 2. We still need to know what a is, so I'm going to substitute negative 2 for b in the first equation. It gives me a plus 4 times negative 2 equals negative 4. 4 times negative 2 is negative 8, so a minus 8 equals negative 4. Adding 8 to both sides, we'll get a by itself, and that gives me a is equal to positive 4. So my solution point would be 4, negative 2. Remember to put those in alphabetical order. A comes first. Okay. You're faced with the same kind of thing in number 6. We've got 2 minus 6t's, all right? So if we go through and change the sign of everything in this lower equation, this will become negative 3r, this becomes plus 6t, and this becomes negative 15. 6r minus 3r is 3r. These will cancel out, and 6 plus negative 15 is going to give us negative 9. Dividing both sides by 3, we find that r is negative 3. Now we need to find what t is. I'm going to substitute, let me clean this up so I can remember exactly what that said, because that's the equation I want to use. It has less negative in it. I'm going to use 3r, and r is negative 3, so I put negative 3 in place of r, minus 6t equals 15 to figure out the value of t. Figure out the value of t. Everybody knows t is valuable. 3 times negative 3 is negative 9, minus 6t equals 15. Do they still call it t? Is that last year? I don't know. Add 9 to both sides, and I have negative 6t equals 24. Then I would divide both sides by negative 6 to finally get t by itself, and I get t equals negative 4. So my solution, you have to ask yourself what comes first, R or T, PQ, R comes first, so we would write negative 3, negative 4. That's our solution. Pretty fun, right? I know I'm having a great time. This is just more of the same. It looks like this one, you would have to definitely change all the signs in the bottom equation so that you would have a positive 9d to wipe out that negative 9d. Numbers are a little bit bigger. Here we're going to want to change, we're going to have to change the sign in all of those. And here we don't have to change the sign because these two are already different. All right, so what? I'll do 8 and 9. Okay. I'm going to change the sign for 8 because the 11f's are identical. So I'm going to change the signs, and I have to change the sign of every number in the equation. Now negative 11f and positive 11f wipes each other out. 14g minus and a negative 10g gives me a positive 4g. And 13 plus negative 25 gives me negative 12. And then we would divide both sides by 4. And we get g is equal to negative 3. Substituting back into one of the equations, let me tidy this one up so I can see it again. I like it because it's all positive. I'm going to substitute in this lower equation here to find out what f is. So I have 11f plus 10. Substituting for g, I put negative 3 in, equals 25. All right, 11f minus 30, because 10 times negative 3, equals 25. I'm going to add 30 to both sides. That gives me 11f is equal to 55. Typical book problem. Divide both sides by 11. And we get that f is 5, right? So we know f is 5, and we know g is negative 3. Which letter comes first? A, B, C, D, E, F, G. F comes first, so we would do 5, negative 3. And that's our solution. So number 9 is the last one of these that I'm going to do, and then we'll go into the word problems. This one I don't have to change the signs because they're already different. So I'm just going to add these equations together. 9 plus 3 is 12x. These wipe out. And over here I have a positive 78 and a negative 30, which gives me a positive 48. Dividing both sides by 12, I find that x is equal to 4. So now I'm going to substitute 4 for x into one of these two equations. I don't know, 6 of one, half dozen of another. I'm going to use the 3x minus 6y. 3 times the x I now know, minus 6y equals negative 30. 3 times 4 is 12. Right, I would subtract 12 from both sides. And that gives me negative 6y is equal to negative 42. Dividing both sides by negative 6, I find that y is positive 7. And now that I have an x and a y, I can write the solution set for 7. That's the solution. Okay? Cool. So there are many more of these for you to enjoy, but you can tell in each case, like this one, you don't have to change anything. The 4k's are opposite signs. This one, you don't have to change anything. The 3x's are opposite. This one you will have to change because the 2y's are both negative. So you'll change the sign of everything in this lower equation. All right, these might be kind where they're so simple they're hard. This one, these y's are going to drop out, and x plus x is 2x. So you're going to have 2x equals 4. That's pretty simple. Here, these are going to automatically drop out. And you got to assume, too, there's always a chance that you could get an all or a no solution. I haven't found any like that yet, but it's possible. Okay. This one, you're going to have to change the signs because the x's are what's going to drop out, but they're both positive right now. So you would change all of those to negative. Well, you would make them opposite. I think these are all pretty straightforward, just a lot of opportunity for practice. I'm not going to do them all for you. It would be boring. They're all lined up the way they belong. There's nothing weird going on there. Nothing weird going on here. All right, so let's talk word problems, okay? I love the word problems in this section too. Twice a number added to another number is 15. The sum of the two numbers is 11. Find the numbers. Okay, so again, we're working with a number and another number. We're going to call a number x and another number y. So twice a number added to another number is 15. So 2x plus y equals 15. The sum of the two numbers is 11. So if we add x and y together, we get 11. Find the numbers. Okay, so this is our system of equations. You will notice that the y's have the same coefficients, so these are the ones we want to wipe out, but they also have the same signs. So we're going to have to change the sign of the second equation. Make everything the opposite of what it was. They were all positive before, so now they're all negative. 2x minus x is x. The y's drop out, and 15 plus negative 11 is 4. So now I know x is 4. Well, I can use either of these equations to find out what y is, and I'm going to use the one x plus y equals 11, which was the original version of this one. I'm going to put 4 in for x. And then to get y by itself, I subtract 4 from both sides. And that gives me y is 7. So my solution to this one is 4, 7. X and then y. Isn't that fun? I love these. Twice a number added to another number is negative 8. Again, we're doing with a number and another number. Okay? So we're going to use x for a number and y for the another number. Twice a number added to another number is negative 8. The difference of the two numbers is 2. Now notice in this system of equations, we don't have to change the signs because they're already opposites. We're just going to add these two equations together and these will drop out. 2x plus x is 3x. The y's drop out, and negative 8 plus positive 2 is negative 6. Then we divide both sides by 3, and we get x is negative 2. Then we take one of the equations and substitute negative 2 for x. I'm going to use the second equation, put negative 2 minus y equals 2. Add 2 to both sides, trying to isolate y. Gives me negative y equals 4. Multiply both sides by negative 1 because we don't want to know what negative y is. We want to know what positive y is. Y is equal to negative 4. Okay? So my solution to this is negative 2, negative 4. This one I'll set it up for you, but I'm not going to solve it. The difference of two numbers is 2. X minus y equals 2. The sum of the same two numbers is 6. X plus y equals 6. Oh, this is easy peasy. Solve that one so super fast. And look at that. You guys are getting off so easy this time. That is all there is. Okay. So if you go on over to McGraw-Hill and complete the practice assignment, you're probably going to want to have paper handy because most of you can't do these in your head. All right. So have a great rest of your day. And if you have any questions, ask me in class.